What's up, everybody? It's your favorite, now this is much more like its favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the Battle Robo from Action Toys Machine Robo line. And this one feels much more in line with the previous releases, which I was really pleased to see taking it out of the box, because I was like, man, I don't want to have to go through all these and be like, these aren't that great. But this one is much more in line with the other two, so that's nice. I don't know what happened with Shuttle Robo. This one feels much more like the other two releases that I personally have. So with that being said, let's take a look at the accessories. They are few, one of which is this gun. This is a simple design. You can collapse it a bit, hinge here, and then you have the stock that flips up. So no big deal there. It can also be stored in his back. Probably best to use this peg to do it like that. And then of course he comes with another modular base, just trying to show you a different setup for it. And to further illustrate that, you know, the other one had like the two things in the back, this guy comes with an adapter as well. So if you want to have like a setup like this, you know, you can kind of post that on there and then, you know, pose him up, you know, and that's cool. You know, like that's one of my favorite things about this is those modular bases. There's just a lot that you can do with them. So to look at the figure, the face is painted silver, and then the eyes are painted and then have a yellow translucent plastic over top. The head is inset in this cavity thing here, but it still swivels around, and the side pieces like tuck up inside of the outer shell there. I think that's awesome. Best way to do it. Chest, we have the yellow, red, yellow, silver paint. We have a waist swivel. It's a little, you know, I prefer it when it's up here, but at least we've got it. We have die cast chest. The shoulders are on a hinge here that come out to basically a universal joint that hinges or swivels here and hinges out to there. So using both, you get the arm all the way up to there and the swivel all the way around. And you can put the arm all the way out to the side, so it all works perfectly. White paint there, looks good. Little sloppy around the edges there, but for the most part, looks good. Bicep swivel, single hinged elbow, get you past 90 degrees. Wrist is on a ball peg, as we saw. Little hollow there, a little unsightly. Not the worst thing in the world. Yellow translucent down there, white and black paint there. Same for the other side. We have the white paint here, once again, not entirely clean. I don't know what's up with that. That seems like an easy thing to make sure it's right, and that's a little off. The hips can come out a bit, these hip covers, to allow the T-jointed ball joints to get out to there. So almost the full Van Damme, which is nice. Forward and back to there, so that's a great range as well. And then you have a thigh swivel. Then you have a knee joint, single, 90 degrees, no issues there. And then you have the whole foot here, the front of the foot anyway, is on a ball peg, so ankle tilt up, ankle tilt down, and rocker. Nice paint detailings in here, yellow, red, and white, all that looks good. Back of the figure cleans up exceptionally well, and then you have the two turrets, which articulate up and down. So pretty straightforward. The biggest gripe that I have with it, I think most people will have, is the hollowness here. That doesn't really bother me. The thing that bothers me the most is some of the paint is just not particularly clean. But that's really my only regrets with it, or complaints or criticisms with it action figure wise. Size comparison wise, about the same size as Shuttle Robo, so that is to say in between the bike and the jet. Alright, so let's transform them. Pretty easy. Hands flip in. This opens up. This comes down, and then spin the tab to the inside. So open up, spin around so that the tab is to the inside, and you can even put these together. There's a little bit of like finagling that you kind of have to do in order to get everything locked in the end. All right, so we can just leave the head down, I believe, and then we spin this piece all the way up. That tucks the head in. Make sure that the arms are up and out of the way. When you go to flip this area in, the key is to make sure that you have this exposed, that port open, and that tab out, so that when you bring them around, they'll all tab in together. And then you can spin the turret around to the back. You bring these guns around to the front. Once you have everything lined up, even with the adapter on, the hip skirts down, it will collapse properly and hide inside of the arms there. Then you can bring these pieces around and tab them in. I'll clean it up and we'll take a look at it. And there it is. And it's pretty cool. I like it a good bit. It doesn't roll or anything, and the treads are on ball pegs so they can be moved around, but I like the translucent red and all the stuff underneath. I like it's a cool little buggy. You know, it's exactly what it should be. And the materials feel good. It has a nice, you know, weight to it for what it is. Like this is where they should be if they're doing stuff in this scale. Like this feels like a high quality product. There it is next to Tiger Track for the sake of it. So yeah, this one I can recommend with great confidence. Good materials, a lot of paint, not the cleanest paint. My advice to them would be to tighten that up. I think this is an older figure though, so who knows where they've gone in regard to that. Fun transformation, easy to flip back and forth, solid articulation across the board, decent price point for a cool little guy. This one feels more like what I expect from them. If you're into the character, into the line or whatever, I think that you'll be happy with this as well. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.